Next event now pulling onto the track. This is the pure stock division. This will be the first of 2 qualifying events for these cars. Up on the point, that's going to be the 88. That's Bumper Davis. Next to him will be the 92. We don't have a name on that car as of yet. We can see Ron painted on the roof of that. Then we'll have the 90. That's Sandor Mattias. Next to him is going to be the 20 car. That's Delroy Stutzman. We got the 35. That'd be Chuck Kahn. Then we're going to have the 33. That's Bob Sullivan. And bringing up the rear of the field of this pure stock division of cars will be the 68. That being driven by Mike Sonner. 7 cars, 8 laps. This is the first 2 qualifying events for pure stock division of cars. And head starter looks them over as they come out of turn number 4, side by side. Cars bunch bumper to bumper. The green flag comes out. Looks like the 92 of Ron's going to get the jump as he comes out the outside pole, but he's got Bumper Davis right behind him, and then Sandor Mattias in the number 90. Keep your eye on the 20 cars. They go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Sandor's got that Buick wound up as he moves down the back straightaway. Now he's blocking traffic as we can see Bob Sullivan's moved his car up into the 3rd position. He's working on Sandor for 2nd place, and the 92 of Ron's having his troubles out there as we see a lot of smoke come out of the back of that car. Meanwhile, around the outside, out of turn number 2, it's going to be Sandor Mattias, but now he's side by side with the 92. Sandor and the 90 moves into turn number 3. He's now got the lead. He's got the 92 right behind him, but then it's Bob Sullivan in the 33. 92 having his problems out there. He's blocking the 33 of Sullivan. Sullivan wants to move up through. He comes down on the inside. Ron moves over. Sullivan moves by, but Sandor Mattias got a big lead over the rest of the field. We see Ron in the 92 go around up in turn number 2. That's going to put him to the back of the pack. He gathers it up, and we're going to remain under green conditions as Sandor Mattias comes down the main straightaway. 2nd place, Bob Sullivan. Then it's going to be the 20. That's Delroy Stutzman, rides in the 3rd position. Field starts to string out as Sandor Mattias and his Buick Skylark leads the field down into turn number 3. He's moving slow through turn 4. Bob Sullivan's right up on his back bumper now. Bob, a seasoned veteran up here in that number 33 car. He rides in the 2nd position, and 3rd is way back in the field. That's going to be the 88 of Bumper Davis. Pass for the lead on the back straightaway. Your new leader is going to be Bob Sullivan in the 33. Sullivan moves easily by Sandor Mattias in that number 90 car as we see the 20 of Delroy Stutzman. He's off the track, but he's back up on, and we will stay green. Green conditions remain over this field of cars as Bob Sullivan starts to check out on the rest of this field. The only one close to Sullivan's the 90 of Mattias. The rest of the field is half a track behind as they come down to the start-finish line. It's going to be the 2-flag indication to your leader, Bob Sullivan, in the 33. Mattias rides in the 2nd position, that number 90, and then it's going to be the 68 of Mike Sonner. See a lot of smoke coming out of the 35 car. That's the Chuck Kahn machine. Looks like he's got an overheating problem in that car as the white flag comes out for your leader. Bob Sullivan in the 33 car continues to lead this field of cars as they now work the last lap of this qualifying event. Mattias having his problems in that 90 car in the 2nd position. Rest of the field pretty well strung out as your leader comes out of turn number 4. The checkered flag's going to fall this time by. The winner of the first qualifying event for the pure stock division will be Bob Sullivan. Sandor Mattias will finish 2nd. It'll be Mike Sonner in the 3rd position. We'll wait as the rest of the field comes around. 4th looks like it's going to go to Bumper Davis in the 88, and the 5th is going to go to the 35. That's the Chuck Kahn machine. Laying a big round of applause for Bob Sullivan. Second and final qualifying event. This is the pure stock division of cars. 6 cars move out on the track for their 8-lap qualifying event. Up on the point, he gave the invocation. Now he's behind the driver wheel, the number 7 of Bill Rogers. Next to him is going to be the 25. That's the David Morgan car. Be the 91 of Marty Metzger. Next to him, it'll be the 37 That's the Gable car. Then it's going to be the 15, that being driven by Dave Rutledge. And then the number 1, that's the Bud Spencer car. He's out. Bill Rogers stands on the gas, but so does David Morgan, and he's on the outside. Rogers down on the inside in that number 7 car. They're side by side as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Gable up to make it a 3-way battle. He gets hooked together with Bill Rogers. They go around as they get their bumpers hooked together on the back straightaway. That's going to let David Morgan come around, but he's going to come around to a yellow flag. So caution will go out over this field of cars. As we have no laps completed, this will be a complete restart as we see Gable get tangled up with the 7 of Bill Rogers on the back straightaway. They locked bumpers down there, and that took both cars around and will bring this race to a stop. They'll get them lined back up the way they were lined up when they came out of the lineup chute, and we'll get back underway with this, the final qualifying event, pure stock division. We have a little shuffle of cars here as your point man, the number 7 of Bill Rogers, was involved in an incident on the back straightaway. That'll put him to the rear of the field and put David Morgan up on the point and Marty Metzger next to him. Green flag falls. Morgan gets a jump on the rest of the field, but here comes Metzger in the 91, and keep your eye on the 15 of Dave Rutledge. Rutledge, one of the strong competitors here. He's in the top 3 in points as he moves into the 2nd position. David Morgan remains your leader. Morgan comes down out of turn number 4. Rutledge right behind him in that number 15 car. He's in the 2nd position, and now the battle's for 3rd. Metzger in the 91 car holds that 3rd position, but we got Doug Gable in the 37 putting on a challenge. Bud Spencer in the number 1 car moved up, but he went way high in turn number 2. That's going to put him to the rear of the field, but the battle remains for the lead as they come out of turn number 4. David Morgan hangs on in that number 25 car, but Dave Rutledge is running real hard out there in that 15. They get together, they swap a little paint as they come out of turn number 2. They're side by side down the back straightaway. Looks like Rutledge has got the faster cars. He moves by down in turn number 3. He's high coming out of 4. Morgan down on the inside fights the wheel. But Morgan's going to go back to 2nd place now, and your new leader is going to be Dave Rutledge in the 15. Rutledge all over this track as he ducks low into 1, slides high coming out of 2. He starts to pull away from the rest of the field. Morgan remains your 2nd place car, but he's about 5 car lengths behind as they come out of turn number 4. Rutledge takes a cross flag. We're halfway down on this, the final qualifying event for the pure stock division. Rutledge way up on the high side. That cost him a little time as David Morgan moved that 25 car within a car length of him as they get down into turn number 3. Battle for 3rd as we see Doug Gable down on the inside. That's the 91 of Marty Metzger up on the outside. Metzger loses a lot of traction, and Doug Gable's going to take over 3rd position. Rutledge having trouble getting out of the corners. Morgan moves up on him every time, but Rutledge got a little more speed down the back straightaway as he slingshots that car into turn number 3. 2 flag up indication comes out as Morgan looks down on the inside. Rutledge will hold the position, but this time Rutledge up high. Morgan down on the inside again. Morgan trying to get a little traction. He fights the wheel. That's going to cost him some time. Rutledge continues to be your leader as he works into turn number 3. The white flag's going to come out this time by as Rutledge works out of turn number 4 onto the main straightaway. Morgan continues to ride in the 2nd position, and then it's going to be Doug Gable in the 37. Rutledge having his problems out there as he slides high in the corners. David Morgan moves up on the back bumper. They come out of turn number 4. This is going to be the final time around. Out of 4, looks like Dave Rutledge is going to win it. David Morgan will be 2nd. Doug Gable brings it home 3rd. And in a heated battle, Bill Rogers brings it home 5th with Marty Metzger bringing up the rear. Photograph, he knows where victory lane is. A big round of applause for Dave Rutledge.
What's coming out next?
The pure stock division. They're out for their feature event. On the point, it's going to be Bob Sullivan in the 33, then Sandor Mattias in the 90. It'll be the 68 of Sonner and Bumper Davis in the 88. Dave Rutledge, who had a strong run in his qualifying event in the 15, and then David Morgan in the 25. Doug Gable in the 37, then it's going to be the 7 of Bill Rogers. We have the 35, that being the Chuck Kahn car. Up next to him, the 91 of Marty Metzger. Then it's going to be the 20, that being driven by Delroy Stutzman. It'll be the 1 being driven by Bud Spencer. Then we got the 2, that's the Brett Smith car. He didn't make it out for his qualifying event, so he has to start near the rear of the field. And bringing up the rear will be the 90, that's the Ron Neiman car. That's the field of pure stock cars as they get ready to get underway with their feature event here at Kendall Refining Night at Freedom Raceway. It's going to be green next time by. The safety lights go out on the official Freedom Raceway pace car as it works down into turn number 2. Once again, Bob Sullivan on the point. Sandor Mattias, the 68 of Sonner, the 88 of Bumper Davis, the 15 of Rutledge, the 25 of David Morgan, Doug Gable in the 37, the 7 of Bill Rogers, the 35 of Delroy, the 35 of Chuck Kahn, the 91 of Marty Metzger, the 20 of Delroy Stutzman. It'll be the 1 of Bud Spencer, the 2 of Brett Smith, and the 92 of Ron Neiman. 14 cars set to go 15 laps in this feature event as they work down the back straightaway. The official Pontiac Freedom Raceway pace car pulls off the track. Pure stock division of cars work down into turn number 3. Bob Sullivan in the 33 cars at the controls. Next to him is Sandor Mattias in the number 90 car. They work out of turn number 4. Your head starter looks them over. Green flag falls. They're side by side, bumper to bumper as they work out of turn number 4 onto the main straightaway. Sandor Mattias up on the outside gets the jump as he works out of turn number 2 in that Buick. But Bob Sullivan's right behind him, and here comes Dave Rutledge in the 15. Rutledge and Sonner. Rutledge makes a big move as he cuts off Sonner down in the corner there. He moves to the outside. He currently runs in the 3rd position, and he's got that 15 wound tight. Rutledge currently in 3rd. He's way up on the high side. Sandor Mattias has his problems down there with a 90, and we got a caution flag out for a mayhem down here in turn number 4. That's the 35. That's the Chuck Kahn car. He sits down on the middle of turn number 4 as your field comes around and tries to get around him.
68, 88, 15, 25, 37.
Once again, it seems to be an indication of tonight's racing. No laps have been completed. This is going to be a complete restart for these pure stock cars as no laps are down in this 15-lap event.
0 laps.
Applause for noticing the gas was leaking out of Doug Gable's car. Thank you, Norm. The car's being given the indication for a restart here. No laps have been completed. We still got 15 to go in this feature event for this pure stock division of cars. Kind of been an indication of what the night's been like. We went through this with the street stock cars. Now the pure stocks come out. They're having trouble getting underway with their feature event here. And once again, we're going to go back up front to Bud Sullivan in the number 33 car. Next to him is Sandor Mattias. Then it's going to be Dave Rutledge in the 15 car, and next to him the 25 of David Morgan. Then it'll be the 7 of Bill Rogers and the 91 of Marty Metzger. That's the top 6 cars as they work out of turn number 3. Once again, your head starter looks them over. We're about to get underway with the start of this feature event. The green flag flies. They're side by side down the main straightaway. Your top 8 cars nose to tail as they come down and take the flag. Down into turn number 1. Sandor up on the high side. He's having his problems getting around. Rutledge all over the track in that 15 car, trying to get a little piece of traction as he works down that back straightaway, and that allowed David Morgan to move up into the 3rd position. Morgan eases down now. He's going to take over 2nd from Sandor Mattias as they come out of that 4th turn and onto the main straightaway, but your leader is still going to be the 33 of Bob Sullivan. Sullivan now getting run down by the 25 of Morgan, and we can see Rutledge got the handle back under that car, and he's moved into the 3rd position. Morgan down on the inside with that 25 car. They're side by side at the line. They trade a little pain as they come down the main straightaway. Sullivan looks like he's going to keep the lead as they go into turn 1 and 2, but Morgan way down on the bottom side of turn number 2 as he tries to pass on the back straightaway. They move up once again side by side. Sullivan in that 33 car continues to lead as they come out of turn number 4, but Morgan's all over the back of that car, and here comes Dave Rutledge. Rutledge and Morgan get together on the main straightaway. They both keep it out of the wall as they get down into turn number 2. That cost Rutledge a position, and now he loops it around in turns 1 and 2. Car's still moving as he gets it back up onto the racing surface, but we also got Brett Smith in the number 2. He's looped around up there, and the caution's going to fall over the field as the leaders come down onto the main straightaway. Sullivan, still your leader in that 33 car. Then it's the 25 of Morgan. We got a lot of mayhem up in there as those cars were spinning and slipping and sliding as Dave Rutledge went around down there in the 15 car when he was making his bid for the 3rd position. So that's going to bring the field back under caution one more time in this 15-lap event here at Kendall Refining Night. It's going to be green one more time by. It's 3 laps into this 15-lap event, and it's still up to Bob Sullivan in the 33 car. David Morgan on the outside in the 25. They come down out of turn number 4. The green flag waves. We're back underway with the conclusion of this 15-lap event as we see the number 1 of Bud Spencer work his way up through the pack. Morgan takes him way high as they go up into turn number 2. David Morgan thunders out of 2 and down the back straightaway. They're side by side with Sullivan. Morgan in the 25 car works down on the inside. Sullivan rides in the 2nd position, and then it's going to be Bud Spencer in 3rd in the number 1 car. Another car goes around up on the backside. That's the 88. That's Bumper Davis. He gets that car righted back around. He pulls back up onto the track, trying to get it moving as the leaders are working their way down on him.
No, Jimmy!
Jimmy Stewart, your head starter, pulls the caution flag as the leaders were thundering down on the 88 of Bumper Davis, who's got a flat right rear tire on that car. So Bumper Davis having his problems out there as he tries to limp that car back off the track and into the pits. We'll get these cars lined up back in the running order. They were running on lap number 4, the last completed lap. So we did get one more in. We're 4 down on this 15-lap feature event. 2 by 2 as we got 4 laps in on this 15-lap event. Safety lights are off on the back tower. The indication to the drivers are it's going to be green this time by. This time up on the point, leading on lap number 4 is the 25 of David Morgan. Bob Sullivan in the 33 car rides in the 2nd position, and then it's going to be Bud Spencer in the number 1 car and Marty Metzger in the 91. Those 4 cars work their way into turn number 3. Your head starter, Jim Stewart, looks them over one more time. Green flag falls over the field. Morgan gets a jump on the field. He's going to lead him down to the stripe, and we see Bud Spencer had that car just sideways coming out of turn number 4. He rides in the 3rd position. Marty Metzger putting a move on him as they move up through in that number 91 car. We got them 3 wide as they work down the back straightaway, but the battle's going to be for 2nd place down in turn number 4. Bob Sullivan brings that 33 car down for the lead. He goes around at turn number 4. He's down on the inside of the track, and now we see Bud Spencer in that number 1 car right on the back bumper of David Morgan. Bob Sullivan gets that car righted around and back out onto the track. We're going to remain under green conditions as we have a pass for the lead on the back straightaway. Cars come out of turn number 4. We can see that Bud Spencer in that number 1 car is going to be your leader as they come by, as the caution flag comes out once again as we got a bumper out in turn number 3. Your lead cars were working that 3rd turn down in there. They must have bumped each other, and a bumper came off one of those cars, and that's going to bring caution over this field of pure stocks one more time. 5 laps have been completed in this 15-lap event.
20, 92.
Remember, Bud Spencer in the number 1 car went around him down in turn number 3 when that bumper came off, and just as they came back to the line, the caution came out, so that negated that lap and puts it back to lap number 5, the last completed, which will put Morgan out as your leader. number 5. That is the last completed lap. Cars have been moved back to the position they were running on lap number 5. That's going to put David Morgan back into the lead. We saw Bud Spencer put a move on him up in turn number 3, but the caution came out right after that, negating that lap, so that's going to put Spencer on the outside of the front row. Next row back is going to be Marty Metzger in the 91 car. Then it's going to be Sandor Mattias in the 90. Top 4 cars work their way down the back straightaway. You can see Bill Rogers riding up there in the 6th position and Dave Rutledge in 5th. Out of turn number 4, Pure Stock division of cars take the green flag one more time. They're side by side down the front straightaway. Morgan hangs on to the lead as they come across the stripe, but they're down into turns 1 and 2. Morgan trying to get a jump. He's hard on the throttle as he comes out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, but here comes Bud Spencer. Side by side racing down the back straightaway for the 3rd position, and we see Bill Rogers in the 7. He took over 3rd, but overdrove into turn number 4. That's going to cost him some track position, but the rest of the field slowed up as they go 3 wide. Sandor Mattias having his problems in that number 90 car, and we see a battle for the lead as they work down that back straightaway. The 1 of Bud Spencer down on the inside. David Morgan up on the high side in that 25 car. They battle as they come out of turn number 4 down onto the main straightaway. Halfway signal given to the drivers this time by. 3rd place is Bill Rogers in the 7 car. He's worked that car up into the 3rd position, but he's got Dave Rutledge right behind him and Marty Metzger in the 91. Top 2 cars start to pull away from the rest of the field as we see Rutledge having problems with that 15 car, but your leaders are out of turn number 4 and on the main straightaway. They pulled away from the rest of the pack as they work that 1st and 2nd turn. 3rd place remains Bill Rogers in the number 7 car, and once again, here they go. Bud Spencer and David Morgan go around on the back straightaway up there. Morgan down on the inside. Spencer picks his car up, keeps it going as he comes back around to take the yellow flag, and yellow flag will fall over this field of pure stock cars one more time tonight. Sullivan, number 33 car, has a tire going down on it, and it'd just be a matter of time before that was flat, like within a lap, the way track officials were talking out there. So they did pull him to the side and warn him of this dangerous situation, so he's ducked down into the pit area to repair that tire. Once again, we're getting ready to restart this feature event. 8 laps have been completed out of 15 for these pure stock division of cars, and up on the point is the number 7, that's Bill Rogers. Then it's going to be the 91, that's Marty Metzger, the 15 of Rutledge, the 20 of Delroy Stutzman, the 92 of Ron Neiman, the 88 of Bumper Davis, and the 68 of Mike Sonner. So that's the field of cars as they get ready to restart. Out of turn number 4, Bill Rogers out in front. They come down to the green flag. Marty Metzger gets a good jump in that number 91 car up the outside there, and Bill Rogers is going to get passed on both the inside and the outside as we see Rutledge working hard on him in the 15. Rogers hangs on to that 2nd position, though, as they work into turn 3 and 4. Rogers having his problems out there tonight. He's never been this close to the lead at the end of the race. He currently rides in the 2nd position, but Marty Metzger starts to pull away from the rest of the field as Rutledge all over the track up there. He now pulls up on the 7 of Rogers. So Rogers and Rutledge run side by side. Out of turn number 4, Marty Metzger in the 91 car remains your leader, but here goes Rutledge. He takes over the second position in that number 15 car, and we got some trouble up in turn number 4. Sonner in the 68 car gets that car righted back around. We're going to remain under green conditions as once more your leader thunders out of turn number 4 onto the main straightaway. Marty Metzger in the 91 still leading, but here comes Dave Rutledge in the 15. Bill Rogers in the 7 rides in the 3rd position. Rest of the field quite a way back as your top 3 cars work down the back straightaway. Marty Metzger in the 91 car comes out of turn number 4. He's got Dave Rutledge right behind him this time by. Rutledge made up a lot of track position as he now works on the 91 of Metzger for that first position. Bill Rogers in the 7s dropped off the pace a little bit as your first and second place cars gain on the rest of the field. Down into turns 3 and 4, they're looking at lap cars. They come out of 4. They're bumper to bumper as they took the 2 flag up indication 2 more times around for Marty Metzger in the 91 and the 15 of Dave Rutledge. Rutledge a little too hard coming out of turn number 2. He loops the car around, tries to pull it back onto the track. He gets it back on just in front of Bill Rogers in the number 7 car. Rogers goes by. He's now riding in the second position. Marty Metzger with a lot of lead on the rest of the field takes the white flag. It'll be one more time around for the 91 of Metzger. Rest of the field comes out of the under the flag. Your leader comes out of turn number 4. He's on the main straightaway. The checkered flag will fall for Marty Metzger. Now the battle's for second as they come out of turn number 4, but Bill Rogers is going to take the second place. Bill Rogers finishes second. Third's going to go to Dave Rutledge in the 15. Then it'll be the 68 of Sonner and the 92 of Ron Neiman. That rounds out the top 5 here as this concludes our feature events here for Kendall Refining Night here at Freedom Raceway. We'd like to thank our fine friends, both Lynn Long out of the Buffalo office representing Kendall Refinery, and also our local distributor right down over the hill here, Sherry Washburn, for their participation in tonight's event. Don't forget, next Saturday night, mid-season championships, and then we're right back at you on Sunday. 4 p.m. start. We're going to have the regular card here of racing here on Sunday afternoon along with the wing sprinter. So we look forward to a big show next weekend, both Friday night and Sunday. On behalf of our sponsor, Kendall Refinery, and the management of Freedom Raceway, good night and thanks for coming.
He's your friend.